All right, Sandra, let's bring in former FBI Special Agent Nicole Parker, a Fox News contributor. It would seem, Nicole, that after having what they believe was a promising lead over the weekend, they're back to square one.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but that does happen in investigations. But one thing I would like to point out is that there is a $50,000 cash reward for the identification, the arrest, and the conviction of the shooter. And right now, they really seem to be relying on the public's assistance. There was a delay in getting these photos out. They were, I've heard a lot of explanations as far as, well, they were waiting until Monday when businesses were more open and canvassing the neighborhoods, getting Ring doorbell camera information and footage. And it will be up to the public. I believe in this investigation, I have always said human intelligence is still the most powerful, in my opinion. Someone knows the shooter, and they need to turn them in. But what I find very puzzling and alarming is I myself went in and I looked at the 2025 annual security report for Brown University, and I did a keyword search. It's 170 pages. On one page did I see the word CCTV. I looked up other keyword searches and was baffled that there really wasn't much in there. But what was even more befuddling to me is that around January of 2025, Brown University was most concerned about President Trump's executive orders to take away the DEI initiatives. And they were running at a $46 million deficit. And they were concerned at this time, and they were even slashing expenditures from other areas so that they could meet their diversity programs. And as someone that comes from law enforcement, safety is number one. And I believe that all students on that campus would say that they would agree that they would feel more comfortable being safe than having a diverse campus on that day. And it's absolutely tragic. And I think it should be looked into. What was their security posture leading up to this? All of the doors were to be locked. I did a search on that as well. With key lock cards, they're supposed to be locked at night. The campus is supposed to be locked at night and on weekends. And I do think that there is some explaining to do. But ultimately, we do know that the responsibility lies with the shooter. I will never take that away. But this is a wake-up call to all universities. Check your campuses and make sure that you are keeping your students safe first and foremost.
We heard that, well, there's very little CCTV coverage in that building because it's an old building. Well, memo to Brown University, you can retrofit a building. So there's the idea of security there at Brown University, but then there's this idea of, is the community safe? Listen to what the mayor said the other day.
Ever since the initial call, now a day and a half ago, we have not received any credible or specific threats to the Providence community. And so the status of safety in our community remains unchanged.
Okay, they said that 2 days ago. Now they're saying, oh, bulletin, by the way, there is a person on the loose. He's considered armed and dangerous. What does that say about safety in the community?
Definitely not comforting. But again, I understand that they have a stronger police presence. And again, I am one that always says we cannot let evil win. We cannot live in fear. You must live life fearlessly, but live with caution. Keep your head on a swivel and be smart and be wise. But this is very, very concerning to the community. And this person needs to be brought into custody as soon as possible for obvious reasons. We need everyone, all hands on deck. The public is going to need to provide their assistance by providing any tips that they can to the FBI. I know that the FBI is working tirelessly. This is not even their investigation, but the lab at Quantico is reconstructing the trajectory of rounds to work the crime scene. Everyone is all hands on deck. And,
the person of interest here in the video is well covered up, even has his face covered. But there's some pretty unique things about his persona that I think somebody probably knows him and might be able to report it in. Nicole, good to catch up with you. Thank you so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.